So we've had 2 warm-up matches. On Monday, we lost by 7 wickets to India, and then today England beat New Zealand by 13 runs. That was, of course, their final warm-up match.
Good standard of opposition, by the way.
Right.
So,
what, in both?
Oh, yeah. I mean, New Zealand, I think they'll be up there. Fantastic side.
What have we learnt then from those 2 warm-up matches, Goughie?
Well, we haven't learnt much, really. I think the only thing is but all the talk's been about Owen Morgan and whether he gets into the starting 11. I mean, when you've got a captain questioning whether he should play in the 11, it's going to be interesting. Now, they've picked him as captain, so for me, he has to start off the tournament as captain. Although he hasn't got no runs now in the IPL, he didn't get no runs yesterday, he got another 10 yesterday. I think he does weaken the team with his batting. But it's like anything. If you're the manager of the team and the team's winning, no matter what everybody else thinks, it doesn't matter because the team's winning. And that's the similar thing to Owen Morgan. It's been for a long time now, but he's captain, the team are winning, so it doesn't matter.
But he has said that if his form continues, he will drop himself.
Oh, he will drop himself. I've no doubt whatsoever. He's a good lad. Listen, he's a good lad.
But what about losing his leadership skills on the pitch? Does that count for anything? Or?
Well, he hasn't lost his leadership. He just got Calcutta Knight Riders to the IPL final after being out of it, basically, after the India leg. When they restarted in Dubai, they had a terrific run of it, and he was the leader. He didn't get a run. Didn't get a run in the 7 games. I think that's like 20-odd runs or 30 runs, which is poor. But his team got to the final. So he just has a knack of being able to lead and keep calm.
No, but what I mean is, if he drops himself, then England lose his leadership skills.
Well, the thing is, there's no Joe Root there. I still can't believe Joe Root's not there, but Joe Root's a good leader. Josh Buttler can captain the side. He's proven. Ben Stokes is another one who can lead, but he's obviously not at the tournament for different reasons. Moeen Ali can captain the side as well. He led the Birmingham Phoenix in the 100 tournament really well. He's led England in the past, so they've got plenty of options to captain. But if we did go with someone else rather than Owen Morgan and we had a howler, people will be saying it's because Owen Morgan's not captain. So he has to captain. He's been picked. He's decided to carry on. He has to lead in this tournament no matter what.
Let me get your views on this, because the England pace bowler, Stuart Broad, has been speaking to talkSPORT's Following On podcast ahead of this winter's Ashes Down Under. He believes it's a myth that extreme fast bowling is needed to win in Australia.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a media myth, actually, that talks about genuine pace being the key in Australia. I don't believe it is. I've been watching wickets. I got our analysts to put together all the right arm over and right arm round to left-handers, right arm over to right-handers wickets in the last 6 years. And it's not genuine pace that's doing the damage all the time. It's relentless accuracy and it's movement. Guys like Philander, Kyle Abbott, there's McGrath's obviously the famous one who did it year after year at 82 mile an hour. So in my belief, it's about minimizing bad balls. It's about applying pressure for long periods of time and keeping the scoring rate down. And if you apply that pressure, you pick up wickets in clusters and getting movement, which we've got a world-class attack at moving the ball. So I feel really positive about a bowling group. And we all know that in Australia, runs are the key. You need to go and get 450, 500. You look at the 1986-87 Ashes Tour, big runs in our team, a lot of 100 scorers. 2010-11, a lot of 100 scorers. That's what we have to do, and we've got the players that can do it.
Of course, you can hear the rest of Stuart Broad's chat on the Following On podcast by heading to our wonderful talkSPORT app and searching through our fantastic podcast range. There are many more excellent programmes to choose from on there. I think that's probably as good as I can do with such a corny read. Just going back to what Stuart Broad was saying, listen, I think it's fair to say he's not the quickest anymore, right? Is he trying to talk himself into a spot there, do you think?
Of course, Stuart Broad's very good at it. He's a fantastic cricketer, been a fantastic bowler. His record in Australia alongside Anderson is probably not his best. In England, they deliver, Anderson and Broad, and they have done against Australia in England. The problem is you go over there. I get what he's trying to say. He's brought up the McGrath there. He's such a good bowler. But what McGrath had, he had real pace at the side of him, whether it be Brett Lee, whether it would have been Merv Hughes, I think, not Merv Hughes. At the start, he might have had Merv or McDermott, or he'd had Gillespie. So he did have pace at the side of him that creates pressure, and Shane Warne. Shane Warne is the one who created so much pressure, but McGrath's accuracy and Shane Warne, and then that's the way they did it. And he talked about 2010-11. I mentioned this last week. The problem we haven't got a batting lineup like 2010-11, where Cook can get 700 runs. we're relying on one player, Joe Root, to get ridiculous amount because the rest of them all average under 33. That's the problem we've got. So we do need express pace. We do need, not all of them, we need bowlers like Anderson. We need bowlers like Broad. We need bowlers like Overton and Wokes. But we also need some express pace. And unfortunately, we haven't got it.
How confident are you that we can win the World Cup? And if they're not the favourites, who are the favourites for you?
One of the favourites. I think India and England are the two obvious standout favourites. I'm not writing off Pakistan, without a doubt. I never would. New Zealand, although a poor performance today, Williamson didn't bat, did he? Didn't play. He's got a slight knock. But don't write off New Zealand. Their bowling attack's pretty solid. Very, very good side, good all-round side. So I think there's about 4 teams I honestly do. Oh, how could I forget the West Indies? West Indies, with the talent and experience they've got in world cricket, going round the world, all this franchise cricket, they're all back together, including Chris Gayle. Can it be one more big victory for the West Indies, for Dwayne Bravo, for Chris Gayle and those sort of cricketers, Pollard? I mean, they're a good side, West Indies.